All right, here's an intro video, an introductory video for really, I mean, one of the coolest properties you'll ever see. Um, this has has so many amazing things going for it. I'll try to keep this super short, but um, I mean, this is a special one. So as we take a quick look at this, here's the property. It's 10.7 acres. It's fully surveyed. It's actually, I believe, 10.704 acres. Tract 1 at Turkey Hollow. Uh, so the entire west side borders County Road 421, which is a gravel county road maintained by the county, good solid road. So you've got access year-round to the property with basically any type of vehicle. Um, on the west side here, this cleared line you see, that's the residential electric line. So it does have electric on site. Um, so when you build or when you camp or when you need power for your RV or whatnot, it's literally on the property. So you don't have to mess around with any of that. Um, the property is heavily wooded. It's basically all wooded, other than the cleared power line easement. There's some type of trail here, and actually this appears to be an old pond, very small pond on the south side here. So you'll find all different types of timber, from hardwood to pine to cedar to hickory, all that good stuff. And then to cap it all off, the entire east side of this property directly borders the Mark Twain National Forest for almost 300 feet, about 290 feet of actual direct frontage on the Mark Twain National Forest. You can literally walk from your property into thousands and thousands of acres of additional land that you can use for hunting, for recreation, for trail riding. It's not down the road, it's not a mile away, it's literally adjoins the property. So all of those separate things are very in demand on a property. Rarely, if ever, have we had a property with all of those major things. Oh, by the way, this dotted line here is just a small seasonal creek bed. It's shown on the map because it is a named creek. I believe it's Pine Creek. It does not run year round, just a few times, probably after it rains, and then uh, seasonally after that. But anyway, that's what that dotted line is. But yeah, to have county road frontage, to have electric on site, and then to have national forest frontage is basically impossible to find. We've seen about 10 tracts um, in the 15, 20 years of doing this. We've seen about 10 tracts that have those three things. They're all here at Turkey Hollow. So actually, I think there are 8 of them. Um, Turkey Hollow is a small little development, about 20, 21 tracts. The tracts on the east side of the county road border the national forest, and only the southern portion of those tracts on the east side border the national forest and have power. So tract 1 is one of those very, very special tracts. The reason that it's hard to find that is because oftentimes properties that border the national forest are very secluded. So you've got maybe an easement getting to them, maybe not, poor road conditions. So in the very first place, it's unusual to have a property that has actual county road frontage on one side and national forest on the other side. And with that, to have power in the mix, just an extremely rare property. Also add that to the fact that we were able to get this um, without it being recently logged. So you will find some very, very good timber on this property. So, I mean, that being said, it's a special one. Let's look at the topo map. We're using the MapRight program to look at this, which is great. Switch to the topo map. I mean, the property lays very nicely. Here on the west side, these lines are indicating the distance between the line is an altitude change of about 20 feet. So the property, uh, as you're coming in from the south, this is a hillside. You're going down the hillside. Get about halfway down the hill, the property starts on the right. As you get to the bottom, it starts to flatten out. So you can probably the best access onto the property would be at the northwest corner here. You can take a look at that on the ground video to see how that works. As you go into the property, this is kind of a small ridge right here. Moving toward the center, this is all basically flat and level. The white area indicates that at one time this was an open meadow, but these maps were done in the 50s, and you can see it has since grown back and is not an open meadow anymore. But I do see a lot of cedar trees here, so that's another giveaway that this was at one time a meadow and certainly could be reclaimed. As we go back to the topo, so as you move toward the east, you'll cross the small gravel creek bed, and then you'll start rising as you get toward the national forest, but it's very gradual, it's not steep. Once you get up here toward the east side, It's going to level off, giving you the potential for an awesome building site and very good access right into the National Forest. This thick brown line is just indicating the National Forest boundary. That's all that is. So special property. I mean, it sits beautifully. I'm not going to go over every little thing it has again, but I think you probably understand at this point that this is a really nice property. The access is good. We're only a few miles, just 3-4 miles, if that, off Highway 60. This is Highway 60 right here. So if we zoom out just a little more, okay. What I wanted to show you was just over here to the west, about 15 miles to the west, we've got Mountain View, Missouri. So there's your closest Walmart. But there is another small town even closer to the property. It's Birch Tree, Missouri right here. They're going to have a Dollar General and gas stations and restaurants and all that good stuff. So to get to the property from Birch Tree, you just go east on Highway 60 and look at the listing to see the exact directions, but I'll run over it quickly here. You'll go north from the highway. This shows County Road 452, but then right away you'll cut left onto County Road 421. That's the gravel road. Follow that up, take a right at the T, follow that, go down the hillside, and you'll see the property on the right. So really easy to get to. That's the Mark Twain National Forest is shaded there. I mean, the National Forest in this section is huge. So in addition to your private 10 acres, which is going to be loaded with wildlife, deer and turkey for sure, the National Forest gives you a lifetime supply of recreation and hunting and trail riding and all that good stuff. So really, really special property. Let's zoom in a little more here. See if we can get a detailed version. It's actually, I wouldn't say it's unusual that we get property with good timber, but we do deal with a lot of property that's been recently logged. That's one of the reasons we were so excited about these tracts at Turkey Hollow is you've actually got some really nice timber. There's some big pine trees. There's some big hardwood trees. Let's try, it shows it pretty well. Like I say, there's the some type of trail that's on the property. And the thing we noticed that's kind of cool is if we turn on the water feature, it's showing that creek bed. And we didn't even realize it until we put, excuse me, put this layer on the map that, yeah, that apparently was a pond at some point. So that could potentially be cleaned out. And I mean, you've got a lot going for this on this property, for a homestead, for a place to come and hunt or camp and have the National Forest, for an investment. I mean, my goodness. The key on the investments that's our feeling and many other people's feeling is it's not the normal properties that you want to invest in. You want to invest in the special properties. If you're buying something to buy and hold it for a year, 5 years, a generation, forever, the percentage of return on the special properties is so much higher than the standard, wooded hunting land, which is great. And I believe we all believe firmly in hunting land as an investment. But to get the property that has the county road frontage, the electric on site, the National Forest frontage, I mean, this is always going to be in demand because it's the top shelf property for building sites, for hunters, for people that want access to the National Forest. So yeah, it's just a great one to buy and hold, or to buy and build, or to buy and hunt and camp. You can check out the property covenants on the listing page. They're pretty minor. Basically, if you're going to build any type of standard structure, the property covenants really won't affect you, but feel free to check those out. If you have any questions, let us know. It's InstantAcres.com. I just realized I'm talking really, really quickly, so now I'll slow down at the end. Check out our website. We would love to speak with you about this property. Tract 1 at Turkey Hollow. InstantAcres.com. That's us.